Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 6 minutes past 9 on Monday night, bank holiday Monday night. Back at base, back last night, about 8:30 or 9 o'clock. When I done the video the night before, I said I'd do the description either that night or in the morning. A couple of things went haywire on me. First one was, I had to go to bed anyway, but I hadn't the Wi-Fi connected to the phone, and the owner of the house was gone to bed, and it was working on the laptop because I had put in the code, the password 12 months ago, and it clicked on straight away. Had them in my phone, and then for the morning I hadn't the phone charged because I brought the phone with me with only for the car end. I didn't bring the one for the putting into the plug on the wall. So I had very little charge yesterday morning, so I headed off and had to charge the phone. I didn't even see the owner of the house yesterday morning. Crapped out, snuck out. A fair head on me, but we survived. Great racing altogether. I suppose the highlight is always the big race, and that would be Gallop and Deschamps. Some memorable performances from other horses as well. Probably the Novice, Ballyburn and El Fabiolo. We had a few horses that fell and was brought down, and over the weekend just the luck wasn't sort of with us. And I was saying to myself, and I said to other people, if the 2 mile 5 chase, if that was 3 miles, I'd be very sweet on Percival de Gallois, and going to the last, I said he'd probably win it, but he didn't touch the fence, but he just knuckled and landed. It was a pity. So we'll wonder and watch for him going over 3 miles. Met a lot of people yesterday. First one I met inside the gate was David Mann and his 2 sons. David is the owner of Popova. I met David in Punchestown last year. He told me that Popova is going for the Pertemps. The 2 sons, particularly the young buck, seems to be a shrewdie. He had the barrow full of money, he said the day before, so well done to him. No doubt I'll see them in the coming years at meetings. Derek Heaney and Darren from Bellewstown, met them, and I met John from Wolverhampton, met him in the Bulmers tent. I met several as well that just said, well done, keep what you're doing, and they walked on, and they didn't stop, and I talked to some, and I didn't get any of their names. I'm sorry I didn't get the 2 lads' names. I might get them off David again. Met Mal Lloyd from Wales. He was staying in the Clayton. It was his first time at the DRF, and his buddy Kevin. They had a great night the night before. I think they stayed in the hotel, they said. Michael Dunphy from Birmingham. He said he has the same initials as me. He could be called Mickey D as well. Paul Feehan Langar from Cork. I think it's Justin. I couldn't read my own writing. I wrote them down on a betting slip. Justin from Banbridge and his buddy Robbie. Robbie is a coach driver and he does the tours. That's all he does, tours. No small buses, no minibuses, no cars. The full Monty with him. He usually goes over to Scotland, he said, and picks a load up, and a week in Scotland and a week in Ireland. So probably a week off then and do it again. Sean Coman. I met him in the Green Bookies. I hadn't met him a number of years. He's from South Roscommon. He said, do you not remember me? And I just couldn't at the time, but I did when we got talking for a couple of minutes, because how we got talking years ago. I said to him, why, he told me that story. He says that you said to me, why am I back in that? And he said, if you were back in that, you must know something about horses. He used to always love going to Leopardstown at Christmas. So he's working in London now. He's working with the big boys. He was flying back into Gatwick today, so we will keep in touch from now on. Matt Buchanan from Leicester, chatted him, and there was an awful lot of English people over. Matt was with 7 or 8 of them. They were up top in the stand, and he was the only one that came down. He spotted me down near the betting ring, and he waved up at his buddies. They were too lazy to come down the step for fear they'd spill their beer. And Stephen from Derry, met him going into the toilets there where they were doing the Ladbrokes, had a sort of I don't know, some sort of competition going on. Patrick Hickey, met him before from the Banner. He had 2 hands full of drink. Pity he wasn't an octopus, he could have 8 of them. And lovely Lorraine from Doonbeg, met her as well. I met a book from Kerry as well, and he was looking forward to round 2 in Coppers last night. He left it the night before at 5 a.m. Isn't it great to be young? So delighted to have met so many people. I didn't get up near the parade ring as often as I could. My leg was sore yesterday. I was pulling one. It's all right today, but just the day I needed it good, it was at me yesterday, from pain up around my hip, and the night and hip and up the thigh area. So like if I had a dead leg. Maybe I got hit and on to myself. Anyway, I've 2 for tomorrow. I'll get on to them in a minute. Just one thing that was that I thought over the weekend. I was looking at the results. Out of the 15 races, 11 were French bred. There was only 3 Irish bred. That was Maxim, Lord Erskine and Ballyburn, and 1 English bred. So there won't be as much money, I'd say, going on the pint to punters if them trends continue. So the Irish breeders will have to turn that around, or they'll be out of pocket. 2 deaths today. Well, one was yesterday. That Keegan Kirby, wasn't it? He 25 from the Paul Nichols yard. He fell off a pint to pint. He careered out through the railings, and he died. And he used to ride out Affadale, a horse that we back several times that was lucky for us, and won on Saturday. And his last words to Paul Nichols on Friday was, Affadale will win tomorrow. And how right he was. So our condolences and thoughts are with his family. And poor old Hardy Eustace passed away today at the age of 27. He was an old favourite of mine in days gone by. 2003 he won the then Royal and Son Alliance, and in 2004 he won the champion hurdle. Went off in front and couldn't be caught. It was 33-1. Beat Rooster Booster. Booster was, I think, 6-4 or 11-8 favourite or something. And then he came back the following year at 3-1, and he bet Archibald. So he had a great long life. I think he was in the national stud the last number of years. Big business done on the Caldwell dispersal today. Caldwell Potter wins 740,000. He's going to Paul Nichols, and I've seen Anthony Bromley that signed the docket, said he probably won't go to Cheltenham, that they'll probably bypass Cheltenham and go to Aintree, that they're thinking of a Gold Cup down the line. Alex Ferguson and them 4 bought it. Pied Piper and Fieldor are staying with Gordon Elliott, so anyone with anti-post tickets, at least they might get a run for their money. Because I Fieldor backed. And Jack Kennedy hit his 100th winner today on an old favourite of ours, Cocoa Beach, who relished the cross-country chase, I thought, and who's gone from 10s into 5s for Cheltenham, and I think it could be worth the bet. He's rated in the low 160s, similar to Conflated and Manello Indo, and he's fit. He has won the Troytown. I think that horse is the right chance in the cross country. I think they're going for it as well, and they're going on for the Grand National. I think he's still only 9, and he's a lot of miles up. God, he's a great little horse. So anyway, I strayed off a bit there. But it's Monday. Monday we do different things. We'll hide now. Tomorrow, I found it difficult enough, as you can gather, on a quiet sort of a Tuesday. But I found an each way bet. Oh, I had one each way bet today. What was it? Bestaline, or it finished 3rd at 15-2, so a bit of profit made. Tomorrow, there's a 12-runner race in Market Rasen. It's 4-1 the field. It's 11-2 the field with or 9-2 the field mostly, yeah. But there's a horse there that just run in Ireland called a Dublin Job. It's a 7-year-old. I'm hoping there's a race in him. He's rated 92. If we go back to his Irish form last year over 3 miles in Tipperary, that was 2022. He was second I know it was low, 82, and then he was third off 86. But actually, it was the Roscommon man that owned him. They fancied him big time, I think, that time in Galway. But it was over 3 mile. Because I've sold him on, I see now. But the first time out in Market Rasen this year, it's been last year now, this campaign, hadn't ran from June, ran the 7th of December, went off 11 to 8 favourite, and ran in Hereford then, but wouldn't be the first one that did misliked Hereford. But we'll have a look at him here. That's him in the white face. Where are we here?
Choose between the two of them there, with a Dublin job on the outside, making some progress. Is How's That him to mount a challenge on the outer of Journey West, who's now getting a squeeze with Dr. Lock down the inside. How's That Harris, and then it's Maisie. It's looking unlikely for Diamond Twin. Beaufort West trying to stay on from the back as the Dublin job takes the lead. It's Maisie is following. How's That Harris, the early pace setter, starting to fold. Journey West weakening quickly as a Dublin job is challenged by How's That Harris over the second last. It's Maisie is in third. How's That Harris now coming to grab a Dublin job. Not much to choose between them. In third as it's Maisie. How's That Harris on the near side, just rose first there to a Dublin job in second place. It's Maisie is back in third. These are clear. How's That Harris narrowly here to a Dublin job on the inside, who's about half a length down, and it's Maisie is suddenly exploding down the outside, and it's Maisie is mowing down the pair of them. It's Maisie has won it. A tremendous finish from that mare too. How's That Harris in second?
It was gambled on that day, first run for the yard from 4 to 1 into 11 to 8, so they must have seen something at home. Harry Durham, and they're stepping him back in trip, and that's no harm. I think he could front run tomorrow. As well as that, this is a conditional jockey's race, and Alice Stevens is a very decent pilot, so it was 7 to 1 there earlier, so I was saying that would be an each way bet with 4 places. I'm trying to play KJ. Sort of until we get to Saturday and maybe Sunday. February is always sort of quiet. The good ones are gone. Sailed Away is a bit of a danger, all right. Harry Atkins rides again after riding him well the last day. The other one is in Taunton. At 2 miles 7. Chase. I like the way Sure Touch won the last day. Dylan Johnson, he's a grand little pilot. He's one that had the treble. He does a good turn a couple of times. Ollie Murphy is going fairly well. The dry and ground will be all right by Yates. But if you look at this, even on heavy ground the last day, he done this well. And just keep an eye on the right hand of Dylan Johnson each time when he's getting ready to jump, when he's getting the horse up. It just gives him a little flick, saying, "Come on."
Eton Kalina taking them along. Without wider Destalil, who's notably closer now. Then in behind runners Sure Touch, Thorda Cerisi and Rafgol Hill to begin to arc around this final bend for home. Eton Kalina with Destalil only a neck down in seconds. Followed through by Sure Touch and Thorda Cerisi, and Rafgol Hill still in touch, turning in. Eton Kalina trying to dictate from the front under Richard Patrick. Destalil, second place, in behind Sure Touch. Then we've got Thorda Cerisi and Rafgol Hill. 4 out coming up, Eton Kalina and Destalil, the leaders. Destalil just about touchdown in front. Eton Kalina is still with him though. Then in behind is Sure Touch. Thorda Cerisi getting cover. And then comes Rafgol Hill. 3 out the final open ditch. Destalil, Eton Kalina. with Sure Touch, Thought of Cerisi, then Rathgore Hill, who was a bit untidy. 2 left to go. Eaton Collina coming back at Destalil. Sure Touch, Thought of Cerisi right in behind runners. Then Rathgore Hill, 2 out then. Destalil with Eaton Collina and Sure Touch now joining in. Thought of Cerisi trying to get going in behind them. Then Rathgore Hill heading to the final fence then. Sure Touch just about in front from Destalil. Thought of Cerisi, Eaton Collina trying to come back at the final fence. Then Rathgore Hill, Sure Touch in front. Destalil is trying to battle back then. Eaton Collina all out in front. Sure Touch, Destalil trying to get there. Sure Touch just in front. Sure Touch doing just enough. Wins for the first time over fences. Destalil in second. Eaton Collina with Thought of Cerisi and Rathgore Hill tight.
They're stepping up. That was 2-4 that day. They're stepping up to 2-7. I think it'll be all right in trip. There was a 3-1 shot earlier in the day. 5-2, 11-4. Must gone into 9-4 with the green bouquet. That'll settle out in the morning again. So they're the 2. So it's Monday night. So what do we do on a Monday night? We sing a song. This is one I meant to do it a couple of times, but I just wasn't ready for it at the time. But a few people I met over the weekend mentioned it to me, so we'll have a bash at it. Baby, we can talk all night, but that ain't getting us nowhere. I told you everything I possibly can. There's nothing left inside of here. And maybe you can cry all night, but that'll never change the way that I feel. The snow is really piling up outside. I wish you wouldn't make me leave here. I poured it on and I poured it out. I tried to tell you just how much I care. I'm tired of words and I'm too hoarse to shout, but you've been cold to me so long. I'm trying icicles instead of tears, and all I can do is keep on telling you I want you, I need you. There ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. Now don't be sad, don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Now don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. You'll never find your gold on a sandy beach. You'll never drill for oil on a city street. I know you're looking for a ruby in a mountain of rocks, but there ain't no Coupe de Ville hiding at the bottom of a Cracker Jack's box. I can't lie, I can't tell you that I'm something I'm not. No matter how I try, I'll never be able to give you something that I just haven't got. Now there's only one girl that I'll ever love, and that was so many years ago. And though I know I'll never get her out of my heart, she'll love me back, ooh, I know. Well, I remember how she left me on a stormy night, how she kissed me and got out of her bed. And though I pleaded and I begged her not to walk out that door, she packed her bags and turned right away. And she kept on telling me, she kept on telling me, she kept on telling me I want you, I need you. There ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. Now don't be sad, don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I want you, I need you, I want you, I need you. There ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. Now don't be sad, don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Now don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Baby, we can talk all night, but that ain't getting us nowhere. It is so difficult without music at times that you lose the run of yourself at times. Anyway, Bash the Bookies over and out.